Hi folks, welcome back. Nick Gardner here at Codder Golf Club once again for week 4 of my winter coaching videos. This week we're going to be focusing on improving the basics and fundamentals when it comes to our wedge play. Let's take a look. Okay folks, so when it comes to wedge play, it's an extremely undervalued aspect of the game, and it's something that can massively improve your scoring if you become good at it. There's two things before we even touch on technique that I would suggest you have a look at, and that is knowing your distances, knowing how far you hit each wedge and how far you hit each wedge with a more 3/4 type shot, which is going to help fill the gap in between. The second thing, guys, is know your gapping. Make sure your gapping's correct. If you don't, go and see your local PGA professional, get on a launch monitor, check what your distances are and make sure your gapping's correct. You wouldn't believe how many times people have turned up for lessons with myself and they've got 2 sand wedges in their bag. They've got one from their set and then just a 54 or 56 degree, and they're doing the exact same thing. So that's 2 things, guys, go and work at straight away. Technique wise, guys, we're going to be looking at more a 3/4 style wedge today. Wedge play is all about control, it's about getting it close to the hole, it's not about how far we hit it. So what I'm going to look at, guys, is what we would do for a more 3/4 style shot. When it's a full shot, we're going to be pretty much similar to what we looked at with irons last week, perhaps with a little bit more weight on the left side. But when it comes to the 3/4 shot, we're going to go down the grip a little bit for more control. We're going to get our alignment set up a little bit more open with our feet, not so much our shoulders, they can stay pretty square. And we're also going to try and slow the swing down a little bit and curtail the follow through. So I'll touch on those again then, guys. Down the grip a little bit for more control, it's going to shorten the swing arc, it's just going to help strike the ball better as well, and we're going to be a little bit more accurate when we do this. In terms of alignment then, let's get the feet open, pointing a little bit left, keep the shoulders square. As I mentioned, the reason we're doing this is we're going to produce a little bit less speed, we don't need as much body rotation, so if we preset impact, it's going to help us. Last thing, guys, curtail your follow through, try and feel like you've got a shorter follow through. We don't need a full release when we do this sort of shot. So let's have a go at it then. Down the grip, feet open, presetting impact, and then we're going to try and shorten the arc and shorten the follow through. Taking a little bit of speed off it, focusing on control. Nice and straight. Practice these sort of shots with all your wedges. It's going to really help you when you get those awkward numbers in between. So if you know your distance as well, if your standard pitching wedge is 120 yards and now you've got 110, you can play that wee 3/4 shot, take 10 yards off it and really control the flight. Last thing, guys, that I've not really touched on, ball position. It's something that it doesn't really matter where it is as long as it's matching up with the flight that you're trying to play. If you're trying to play it lower, get it back in your stance, get a little bit more weight forward in your lead side. If you're trying to go higher, get the ball position forward and just let the shaft kind of sit pretty level. You'll probably find that most guys on tour, certainly the best wedge players, will tend to flight their wedges quite low. Okay, so someone like Zach Johnson would be someone that would be worth watching. Gets the ball a little bit further back in his stance, down the grip a little bit, and he definitely curtails that follow through. Certainly familiar with Zach Johnson's swing, so the hands will be forward a little bit, and he's got that sort of style of action. One of the best wedge players in the world and definitely worth checking out. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel, share the video, and hopefully I'll catch you guys next week when we're working on short game. See you then, cheers.